Good morning. It's 10:58 on the East Coast. How's that? Down here. Um, Trump has appointed a couple of more, or is attempting to appoint a couple of more really serious whack jobs into positions of authority within his government. You have Dr. Oz, who thinks he's the man behind the screen, or something like that, in the Wizard of Oz, which he's not. He's not a. He may have the papers to say he's a doctor, but he's not a normal doctor. There's something wrong with him, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there's something wrong there. That's that. What's next? McMahon's wife, the guy that's ahead of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, he was till he got fired by his own people. His wife, was in something before, I don't remember what it is. Anyhow, she's in a scandalous. They call it the sex ring scandal or something like that. Sex ring box scandal. Yeah, that's him. That's her, rather. You got people in there. You've got at least 4 people, 5 people, maybe more even, I don't know about yet, that are been accused of sexual misconduct. So what are cabinet meetings going to look like now? They're going to be a circle jerk with a lot of porn being shown and whatnot? He actually has appointed somebody who's going to disassemble secrets and send them to Russia. Now, I'm not a nice guy. I'm beginning to think that he's looking for some sort of conflict within the United States. Maybe Russia will come in and help him. I don't know, but he's looking for to start some sort of conflict with the United States with these appointees, because the people that were loyal to him and stood up and said this now, didn't happen in Germany, because Hitler was a bit more subtle and a bit more in power with the military and everything when he did his little thing. So it's going to be a little difficult, but you're going to see. It just has to happen. All right, there's no way it can't happen, unless of course, the Republican Senate and whatnot they finally start to do their jobs as actual politicians rather than yes men. And get their head out of Trump's ass. I think that's what Musk is there for. I think Musk is there not to blame for everything, but to try and help reinforce Trump, because Trump's in trouble. He can't be reelected, and he doesn't really care about that. I think what's going to happen is that I think Musk wants to appoint himself king. And Donald doesn't realize that yet. But Donald's never been the brightest, bulb in the box. Donald doesn't understand that Musk's desire to control the world is far greater than Trump's desire to control the United States. Okay? Trump really hasn't done anything that would help him in controlling the world, gaining world prestige and whatnot. He does things that make people hate him. Musk, on the other hand, has a great deal of power in his pocketbook, until somebody starts stealing it, which, will happen relatively soon, I guess, because Bitcoin's one of the problems that they have with the Bitcoin that he favors and that a lot of other people favor is that it's quite easy to hack and steal your money. All right. Some people say that's how Musk made some of his money. I don't know. I don't want to say that because I really have no proof whatsoever. It's a rumor that I heard. Okay, so rumors. Oof. I don't know how to say that. That's not That's not the same expression. But anyhow, you know how rumors work. Nobody wins in those things. You know, you did it in high school or grammar school or something. You started, somebody would say something at one end of a row, and they would say, pass it down, and by the time it got to the other end of the row, it would be something completely different. That's what's going to happen. You know, that's what's going on. You're dealing with guys that specialize in disinformation, or disinformation or misinformation. I guess misinformation is probably more in tune with them. Trump has been an expert of that for a long time. Trump's always been the guy, look at me over here while I take it out of your pocket over here. You know what I mean? He misdirects you with the chaos that he creates around him. Now you have to worry about what's he doing, because his appointments are creating chaos within his own party. So what is he doing that's going to, that he's trying to hide right now? You know? Here's an interesting tidbit when you go back to what Musk is doing there. Is the only person that's made a lot of money so far out of this election is Elon Musk. He made $56 million a day on election day. Or election night, whatever you want to call it. Trump isn't making any money yet. Trump is still in the process of hemorrhaging money. His debt is getting put on hold. It's not going away. It's getting put on hold because he hasn't got the money to pay it. He's got a huge bill to the Republican Party and to all the media, a lot of media outlets and whatnot for what they did for him, and he's just writing it off. He's not going to pay them. It's what he did with a lot of his casino action and whatnot, and he built a casino and whatnot. When he walks away from it, nobody gets paid. The only one that comes away with any money per se is Donald Trump, and that's usually just by getting his debt wiped out. You know, that's what bankruptcy did for him. It wiped out debt he had. Okay, and even those that were rescheduled didn't get paid unless he liked the guy. Now Elon's lent him some money, but and Trump's just considers that gifts. Doesn't have any plans to pay him back, and I don't think Elon's looking for money to be paid back. He wants to be in that position of authority. He wants to be in a position where he can usurp Trump and make himself king. Now, you sit there and you say to me, well, that's definitely can't happen. Man, that's easier to do than it is to get elected president. Trust me. Where he is right now, and with the money he has right now, the power he controls, Trump is not concerned with any of that because Trump's too busy parading around and creating chaos. And as he's creating chaos, there are people in the background that are doing his dirty work for him. He's always been that way. He is the face of chaos, and the people that are surrounding him are the ones that are actually doing the dirty work. And then if it doesn't work out, they're the ones he throws under the bus. So Donald Trump walks away scot-free again. It's like it's just like filing bankruptcy again, you know. And I filed bankruptcy a couple of times. I had no choice in the matter, but not because I wasn't willing to pay the people back, but they weren't willing to accept any kind of reasonable terms. Had they been able to do that, I would have not sued and not filed bankruptcy and some other things. So, they would have gotten paid. I'm honest about the debt I owe. I didn't try to hide from anybody. So, Trump tries to hide from people. He thinks if he's creating chaos, they won't bother him. Now all the people he owes money to are just sitting back and they can't touch him. When he separates if he ever disassociates himself from his businesses, then they'll go after the businesses. And he won't have anything to go to when he gets out. And I don't think he expects to leave either. I think he understands that he's going to die one way or the other in office. Either he's going to have a massive heart attack from a cheeseburger, or somebody's actually going to poison him or shoot him or something like that, or he'll die in the revolution that's coming. I don't know. I don't understand any of that. I'm not looking forward to any of that. I'm too old to look forward to that. But I think that life is going to get very complicated for everybody soon. If you don't have the money for a lawyer, you could be. Now I don't know that a lawyer is going to help you, and I do think that people are going to start looking in for closets. Now, where did I put that old revolver of mine? Stuff like that. I just think there's going to be a lot of violence. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody will just bend over and be like the Germans were and kiss his ass. Because if he does get control of the military, that's the safest thing to do. Unless you want to disappear. That's what the dismantling of the FBI is all about. He wants to turn that into a secret police force, like the FSB in Russia. The FSB is sort of a combination of secret police and CIA agents, spies and whatnot. It's an intelligence agency, I believe. I don't know exactly how you would describe it, but they're not nice people. So, Wednesday, what's going on? It's Hump Day. I still see these guys on the various websites are starting to make starting to talk up now. Occupy Democrats, Midas Touch, those places and whatnot. Some of them aren't available right now. Some of them are running scared because they never really had an opinion to begin with. They were all repeating what some of these other websites are saying. It's like I told you before, they take cuts. Yeah, the cuts are damaging, but they cut the most damaging parts out and put them on the air. And therefore you're not getting the context of the whole situation. So you don't understand what's really going on. But you put the people he's put in charge of the various agencies that have no experience whatsoever. It's not only a no experience, they have grudges against these agencies. Like Getz with the judicial appointment, Attorney General. He hates the the law enforcement, because they caught him. He was making a nice buck, sex trafficking, and they caught him. And a lot of that's starting to be leaked now. Musk has got too much money to have anything dirty in his background. I mean, just because he's got like 15 kids from, I think, 15 different women or something like that, and they're all living on some sort of which he refuses to call a compound or an estate or anything, just they're living in Texas together. Musk wasn't an illegal alien. He came into this country illegally. Technically speaking, under Trump's mandates, he's eligible to be deported. Problem is finding a country that would take him. Nobody wants him, because his money doesn't go with him. Okay, that's a whole nother ball game. Don't get me started on that one, because I don't know enough about it to get started on it. At least I admit to, not knowing something. You got a lot of these people out there talking bullshit that don't know that jack, and they're saying it as facts. I try to read to see what Trump can do, and I've always understood this, that the Senate has to approve Trump's appointments. He wanted the Senate to recess, and they won't do it. If they do that, then the United States is fucked beyond repair. There will be no more United States. I could see several states seceding from the United States and like maybe going to Canada, trying to get accepted into Canada or France or England or something like that. But they're not going to. I don't think they can survive if they stay here. Because the way the people think inside them. Rural living is going to be the way to go, hunting and trapping as a way of feeding yourself, If I'm a Republican, I don't go for a walk in the woods anymore. That goes for the, various militias that they have, they should stay out of the woods, because life's going to get really, really complicated. Based upon what I'm seeing. Now, again, my information is as limited as yours. So I could, you could turn around and say everything's going to be different. The one thing that's not going to be different is the hardships that are coming our way. They're not going to be different. They're going to be worse than anything we thought possible. The people that can't pay their rent now won't have a house to pay rent on. All right, listen, I've hit my time limit here, so this is another reason why I don't do them live, because I run over my set time limits. But anyhow, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Just get me a few subscribers. I'm not looking to make $1 million. I'm not looking to make anything on this. I have other sources of income that will hopefully keep me alive long enough for me to die. That's stupid, isn't it? Anyhow, everybody take care. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll discuss Thursday night football and whatever Trump decides to do today.